Today's topic is doubt. It's a pretty big topic. I don't know how much I can cover for today about that. It's like huge, huge. Um, by the way, happy Easter, everyone. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Today is Sunday. Um, so, yeah, I had a couple days off. I was at the farm. It was relaxing, peaceful, right? Um, I need that I try to do it every weekend, but sometimes I can only do it every other weekend. So, and I'm trying to find a routine when I'm going to go live at at a consistent time. So I'm kind of all over the place, but I'm working on it. Okay, doubt. There's so much shit that I'm probably going to miss a bunch of shit, so I'm going to have to do it like a separate video or keep talking about doubt. Maybe once a week, maybe. Doubt is one of those things that is very normal for it to come during this journey, and it's supposed to come. That's its job. Doubt for me, the way I perceived it during this journey is it's your brain. Your brain has to send you doubt, right? When you're in a here, I got my new. When you're running a survival program, right? You're stuck at fight or flight, right? Normally you're supposed to be at zero, but when you see a liger or a bear, right? Normally it goes from 0 to 1,000. You kill the bear, within 20 minutes it goes back to zero. The problem is, right? When you're over the years slowly climbing this survival state and you're staying there for long periods of time, right? The body starts to manifest symptoms. Something's got to give because you're hardwiring yourself into this state. It becomes your new zero. This is a normal baseline of rest and digest where everything's right. But when you keep telling the brain that we're in danger because of life curveballs, it could be because you were in a toxic relationship for 10 years, a couple toxic relationships, or you're with a narcissist, maybe working a shitty toxic job that's full of, backstabbers, your boss is an asshole, right? You get treated unfairly, you work, you know, double the amount of you're not people call in sick and they expect you to do more work, right? You're in a union environment, you're being bullied at work. Maybe you're bullied at school. Maybe you're a heavy drinker, a smoker, a party animal, right? Your body, it's stressful to your body, or anything that involves something that's you know hard on you, mentally or physically, right? That's going to put you in a survival state over time. And for me, like it could be surgeries, medications. I was on antibiotics probably 10 times in my life. Had how many surgeries? How many surgeries have I had? Eh? Okay, two. Whatever. Right? Couple of surgeries. What else? You might have had a traumatic childhood, traumatic events in life. Your mom might be a narcissist. Maybe, life events. Your dog died. Your grandma passed away. All these things, right? They add up. They start to fill up your allostatic load. And the way it works is, one event is one drop, might equal like your pet dying. That might equal to 10 drops. That toxic that toxic relationship that you were in for 4.5 years, right? That might have been half the bottle right there. Right? Then you add that up, and right around here is when symptoms start to manifest because that's your threshold. Right? It's starting to get overwhelming for the system. Right? That's like having your cell phone's got too many pictures of cats on it, and it starts to slow down. So you got to delete some pictures, right? Well, that's kind of like us. We got to start to regulate. Right? We got to empty those allostatic loads. So you keep going. You might have a couple of symptoms, right? And then the symptoms become traumatic. So, right, it adds more. And then COVID happened, or you name it. All these EMF, sensitive, Lyme, food, mold, right? Add all that, right? Add that all in there. I've been having brain farts all weekend. Add that all in there. right? And then it's usually the last thing that gets the blame when it's actually all the things that happened to you in life you didn't regulate. Traumatic things, life threw you curveballs, right? It wasn't the last thing. It wasn't the food. It wasn't the Lyme, the mold. It wasn't that infection. It wasn't that uh, vaccine. It wasn't that medication that you took that you feel like you're injured or broken when you're not. But we blame the last thing when it's all these other things together, accumul- accumulatively together, right? That all of a sudden something's got to give. Body keeps the score. Boom! There goes your perfect storm, right? And in your survival state stays there. It's hardwired there to the point that you could literally, right? Fuck it, I'll just go to Costa Rica for a month. You could be lying down on the beach. Nothing's dangerous. It's beautiful weather. Everything in your life is calm, right? You have no issues. Let's say for that month, you're still going to be running that survival program. Your allostatic load is still up to the brim. It's still overflowing. You're going to manifest symptoms, even though, right? You're in the middle of the ocean or on an island. Well, it's not an island, but let's say Costa Rica or whatever. You're still running that survival program. This is what happens. This is how people get chronically sick. Symptoms manifest. You name them: autoimmune issues, gastritis, diverticulitis, ulcerative colitis, hepatitis. You name it. OCD, looping thoughts, anxiety, phobias, intrusive thoughts, doubt. Did I say gastritis? Yeah, I did. You name it. All the thousands of different things that people, literally, you name it. Mast cell activation syndrome, multiple chemical sensitivity, right? Ears ringing, heart bullshit, a bunch of heart bullshit, palpitations, right? Floaters. I can't even. There's You know what? I should make a list, just a list that I can just read off of, right? All the pain, pelvic pains, right? The pelvic pains, the lower pains, the middle pains, the pains all around here, tooth pain, all the pain, back pain, all the pains, right? You name it. When you're running a survival state, the system it's trying to get your attention. So it sends these alarms. They're a form of mental and physical symptoms, right? To get your attention, go, hey, there's a liger behind you. What do we got to do? Fight or flee? What are we going to do? Right? Also, you're overwhelmed. System's overwhelmed. So, it's not working efficiently. It's not in a unison dance. It's not a right. Your liver isn't detoxing properly. Your biome isn't balanced. You're not able to digest. Right. All the systems in your body are just doing enough to keep you alive. Right. The brain starts to send you sensitivities because you're at capacity. We can't be working on all these different foods and junk foods and filtering this and detoxing that. There's just too much shit. Give them a sensitivity so we can get a break. So you're like, you can't eat all these foods all of a sudden. You go to 2 safe foods like me. I only was able to eat 2 safe foods. And if I went outside of those 2 safe foods, I was in the flare for 2 to 3 weeks. So that motivated me to avoid a bunch of foods and just eat 2 foods, rice and beef, and eventually apples. Right? Doesn't that make sense though? Then you're running a survival state. The brain's like, no. That's too much shit. There's too much coming in. I can't keep up with this. I only have 18 hands. So I got to give them a sensitivity so we can have a break. Because my job is to keep him alive. I don't care if he suffers. I don't care if he's not able to digest that burrito. If he's got the stabbing pains in the gut. I don't care about that. It's not important right now. What's important is to keep him alive. This is an alarm system. It's turned on right now, and it's constantly on to keep him alive because of the information that he's been giving me for the past 30 years. That's what I'm running on. Right? It's not your fault, but you programmed it there. Life curveballs created this program. And the brain just serves you. It's doing what it's supposed to do. It's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It just is to keep you alive. So it'll send you these things. And they're all it is just alarms. Different forms of alarms. Like you got the OCD looping thoughts. What's the point of that? Why do I want to loop on a fucking thought constantly? Well, it's doing that because it's perceiving danger. And it's better to assume there might be an intruder. So what does it do? OCD looping thoughts, you're constantly obsessed and scanning for danger. What's the point of that? Well, it'll keep you alive. Does it drive you mad? Yeah, it doesn't care. What about doubt? Why? What's the benefit of doubting? It drives me nuts, right? It drives you nuts. It shatters your world. What's the point of doubt? Think about it. Doubt. What it's doing, it's getting you to scan for safety because you're in the danger. So you're constantly looking for safety, an escape, and a way out, certainty, safe, because we're in danger, right? That's all it's doing. But the way the brain sends these alarms, it feels like it's really happening. It's the most important thing right there, right now. So it's smokes and mirrors. It feels real. It creates this reality inside of you that we get sucked into. And it's supposed to. If it didn't, we'd be dead. If it couldn't convince you that you're in danger and there was a liger there and you're like, yeah, I don't feel like I'm in danger. I feel pretty good, right? If it was just throwing softballs at you, you wouldn't pay attention to the liger that's behind your back. You're like, it eats you, you're dead. The system failed you. The system can't be failing you. Its job is to keep you alive. So, if you're running a survival program, at 1,000, Mayday, right? All the alarms are ringing. You got the soldiers all running around. We got the spotlights, right? Barbed wire. The dogs are out looking for intruders, right? It's doing its job. It's doing its job. We don't like it. We don't like it, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't care if you don't like it. Are you alive? Yeah, you're alive. Do you feel horrible? Do you feel like your world's caving in? Yes, but you're alive, able to feel that. So that's what doubt's all about. Right? It's a tool to keep you looking for safety because you're in the danger. And once you realize that, okay, well, you can't get rid of doubt, right? It's one of those things, especially in the beginning. But you will eventually. How? Well, first of all, you got to feel the doubt. You got to feel what it's like. You got to have your freakouts, catastrophizing. You got to get it out of the way, right? The doubt comes like, oh no, I'm a special case. I'm never going to recover. This is different. That stabbing pain's going to escalate to, I don't know. I'm special. I'm not going to make it to the other. I can't. I don't know. Right? When you're doing visuals, even doubt's there. It'll be there. Right? You can do your visuals and think about the past, and doubt will come up and go, hey, listen. Remember, you used to be able to walk and do all these things. Now you can't. Look at you. Right? Okay. Doubt. You go to the future. You start doing visuals like, yeah, I'm going to live on the West Coast, by the mountains. It's going to be beautiful. The doubt goes, no. It cock blocks you, hijacks you. It goes, no. Listen, you're never going to have that. Why are you dreaming? Listen, you can be living in a basement with cats on disability, single. Yep, your partner's going to divorce you really quick because you better hurry up and recover. You better do this within a couple of months because they look like they're getting impatient. You can see it in their face, right? Yeah. You're going to be alone on disability, right? Living with cats. Cats love you. They don't give a shit. Or a dog. You're not going to ever work again, right? So why would you want to do visuals if that keeps coming up? So how do you handle these doubts? These everyday doubts, the all-day doubts, right? I had doubts, all kinds of flavors of doubt. I had doubts because my OCD looping thoughts kept haunting me. And it was usually either that I was going to die soon within a couple days, or I was going to live another 20 years but suffer every day and never have freedom and never live the life of my dreams. So it makes you think, well, what's the point? I'm just here to suffer. What's the point? I'm a special case of my motherfucker gene. I have an issue with that. I haven't, I'm a special, broken, injured person. I have a brain injury, motherfucker gene, mitochondria, right? I have a special metal that's stuck in my blood-brain barrier, blood-brain barrier. I'm never going to make this. I'm never going to. No, it's complicated. Doubt always makes shit complicated. It has to. That's its job. Because if it didn't, you'd be eaten by a liger. It's going to do it. It has to do it. It's going to win. It has to win. Because you're still not out of the woods yet. Maybe if you did the work after a year, you might be here. Are you still running our survival program? Take a look. Yes. I would say when you get to around, okay, that's 500, that's 1,000. When you get to around 200 maybe, that's when things start to calm down and the brain starts to turn off alarms one at a time. Mental alarms and physical alarms. Symptoms start to go poof, 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 poof. They go away. But you're not there yet. It still has to send you alarms in the form of thoughts, feelings, symptoms, whatever, right? What it does also, it'll create a symptom and have a thought to tag team on top of that symptom, and it's two against one. You're getting gangbanged by your thoughts and your symptoms. So how do you deal with this? Well, what do is you have to do the work every day. The job of the work, the goal of the work is to get the survival state to come down every day, right? Let's say you didn't do the work. Could you ever fully recover and have the survival state come back down to zero? Yes, you could. Is it likely? It's very challenging because we're still living a life full of curveballs. Plus, you're dealing with the 75 symptoms, OCD looping thoughts, anxiety, intrusive thoughts constantly. You're under attack constantly, right? And some of these gurus out there that tell you to dial down the fear and go ahead and live life and go, it's okay to eat that pizza. Obviously, you have not been through it. And what's going to happen? You're going to keep getting hijacked, right? Try it. Try to be indifferent, right? You could. Technically, it's possible. But it would take you a long time. And especially if you don't know how to do what you're doing and how to deal with your thoughts. Because if you regulate this, everything else follows suit. If you're resisting your thoughts, forget it. You're going to stay, right? What you resist persists. So you got to do the work. Because being in Costa Rica is probably not going to happen. You're going to be where you're at, in your environment. Plus, you're dealing with all the shit that brought you here. Plus the daily curveballs. So you got to find a way to get down here, over time, so you can live life freely and have all these alarms gone. And that's why there's the work. The goal of the work is to get you down here. It's activities that you do every day that helps pull this down. Because we don't want to be doing this for 20 years. We got a life to live. Right? So that's why you do the work. Okay, so we're doing the work every day. That's the behind the scenes work. Great. Awesome. This journey sucks. You're doing the work. Symptoms don't go away. That's normal. In the beginning, symptoms might actually get worse. That's how it's going to be in this journey. It's going to be a shit show every day, but you're going to be resilient. You're going to get used to it. You're going to make friends with your symptoms to build that leverage of indifference over time. It takes time. So, to get rid of the doubt, first off, we talked about it, right? You do the work, the behind the scenes work every day, right? You have a routine, you have your calendar, you do all the pillars, right? You stick, this is what you do every day. Okay, you're doing the work. That's great, right? Also, there's understanding. Understand that the doubt, it feels very real, but understand why it's there. It's there. The brain's sending it to you because that's its job. You're still running a survival program. So see it for what it is. You're okay. The content of the thought is irrelevant unless it's real danger, unless there's a real liger in front of you, right? Okay, then it's doing its job. Perfect. We want to make sure it's always doing that, right? If you're being surrounded by a swarm of bees or an intruder with a knife, okay, that's a real danger. These alarms are doing great. But other than that, right, all these other alarms, because it's running that survival program, we have to retune it. And the only way to retune it is to have the symptoms, because when you have the symptoms, every time it's an opportunity for you to update the system and recalibrate it. So every time you have that ugly thought, feeling, symptom, doubt, whatever it is, see it for what it is and go, I know you feel real. The content of the thought is irrelevant, right? That's really important. Write it down. The content of the thought is irrelevant, but it feels like it's relevant. It feels like it's the most important thing on this planet. Yes, it's supposed to be like that. That means it's working. It's doing its job. That means your brain is working perfect. Perfect. So what do? Okay, you learn that. You get some information. You educate yourself about doubt, right? You're in a survival program. It's got to send the doubt. It's supposed to. It has to. Okay. All right, the content of the thought's not important. All right. So what do? We allow the doubt. When we do the visuals and we don't like them, you do the visuals anyway. You allow those thoughts to be there. You allow the constant doubt to hit you. Just like the intrusive thoughts, the OCD looping thoughts. You allow it. Let it do its thing, right? And you got to feel shitty too. Yeah, you're human, right? We can't ignore it or distract from it. You can try, but what you resist persists. It makes the alarm go bigger and bigger and bigger and louder and louder and louder. We don't want that. We want to calm the system so that when it calms down, it goes back to zero, back to standby, and it hardwires that in. But if we're fighting with our thoughts, trying to figure them out, right, it builds this inner tension, this inner battle, this inner resistance, which drives the system into an alarm state. When it does that, right, you're fanning the fire. Mayday. What's going to happen when you're in an alarm state? It's going to send you alarms in the form of symptoms, mental and physical. We don't want that. So allow the doubt. Let the energy flow through you. Don't try to stop the energy because it's like a dam. You stop the energy, it goes, right? We let it flow. Like a cork in water. Instead of trying to fight the tide, right? You keep getting hit. It keeps destroying you. You keep having the perfect storms. It stays, right? You got to face it to erase it. You got to feel it to heal it. You got to allow it to let it do its thing. Because every time it screams at you, that's an opportunity. Every time you open that door, allow it. Change your response. You don't have to really feel neutral. But you try. You try your best, right? You're going to feel anxious. You're going to feel scared. It's impossible not to feel anxious or scared or have the fear when this alarm is screaming at you. But what we're going to try to do every day is not resist it, because we resist persist, not to survive through it, not to white knuckle through it. Try to stop it. try to distract from it. No, I don't. No, no, no. We don't want to push away the tiger's head. What are we pushing away? Danger? No, danger. We're not going to try to tap it away, right? We're not going to try to Vegas nerve it away, right? So whatever, when we're doing this, it's saying keep that danger away from me. But what we want to do is change it and go, come here. No, no, no. Come here. I don't like it, but I'm allowing you to be there, do your thing, right? We have an open door policy. Gonna let you do whatever you want. The word of the decade is allow, right? Allow. That allows the energy to float through you without resistance, which calms the system. And the system updates and it starts to turn off alarms. Isn't that brilliant? But remember, when you're doing these methods, don't do them to get rid of it. And know that when you do these methods, you're not going to feel better right away, right? You're doing the methods here, and you're going to feel better here, not here. You might feel some of the energy die down though here. You might feel some, right? When you're at a 10 out of 10, you're doing the methods, you might feel like you're a 7 out of 10. You might get a bit of a break. But generally, you got to put in the hard work. You got to make exorcisms jealous constantly. You got to feel like shit. You got to have the hard days. The symptoms coming and going. Right? Old ones. New ones. Old ones coming in and out, in and out, in and out, times 1,000. Every time it comes in or out, it's an opportunity to update. So you need it. You need the opportunities. Because if you don't have symptoms, you're not moving forward. You cannot recover without the symptoms. You can't. It's not. You just stay put. That's why I tell people, don't try to get comfortable on this journey. Don't try to find things that make you feel good now, because then you'll be stuck. And you'll be dealing with this for many years to come. Instead, deal with the bullshit now, the discomfort now, and it's going to pay off here, and you're going to have freedom for the next 45 years, right? 50 years. Depends. And you're going to keep using these tools for the rest of your life, because life is going to keep throwing you curveballs. So, doubt. It's supposed to be there. It's its job. Brain's doing its job perfectly. The content of the thought is irrelevant. It's going to make you feel like you're special. You're only special when it comes to your character, your personality, and your soul. Other than that, you're not special, right? You're not special. You have the same hardware as anybody else, but it's up to you to support your system by updating the software. Ding, 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 right? That's the important thing. What else is there? You got to do the work, the behind the scenes work. And I know the TMS world does not agree with that. They think that you should just go walk and live life. That's not going to cut it. Try it and you'll find out. It's not working. I know. There's work to do. Yeah, I know. Nobody wants to open another can of worms and do more work. We're fucking sick and tired of that shit, right? This is the last can of worms that you got to open. The last one. I promise. Okay, you do the work. Okay, what next? You allow. You allow the thoughts and feelings and symptoms to be there. You don't try to analyze them, try to fix or figure out. You don't do opposites like DNRS loves to do, because it's a waste of time. It just puts more energy into bringing your survival state up, because you're turning this into an event, right? And the content of the thought is irrelevant anyway. So don't waste your time with that, because you'll never win. You will never find the perfect answer when a brain's giving you OCD looping thoughts and doubt. It doesn't matter. Even if God came down and went, here's the answer, right? The brain's it'll be like, cool, for 5 minutes. After that 5 minutes, the old program comes back online. It's going to send you the same doubt again. It doesn't matter what you tell your brain to calm it down. It won't last long. It's it's just trying to get your attention. That's its job. It doesn't care if you go, here's a solution. I have a solution. A solution. It's not going to last long because you're running a survival program. You got to get to the root program and you got to calm the system down, update it, feel the feelings, work with whatever the brain sends you on a silver platter, right? Empty most of those allostatic loads up to here. That's a good area. And bring this down to about here. That's good. Symptoms go away. Right? You don't have to dig for trauma or change your core beliefs. The core beliefs, core alarms, will update by themselves. And the way I see it, if you're seeing any of these programs where people telling you, you gotta dig for your trauma, you gotta run. Because all you're gonna do is pour gasoline on the fire. It's gonna make you feel 10 times worse and you're going backwards constantly. Wouldn't it be better to just regulate? Because you can. Because they're just the now alarms that we're turning off. That's it. Right now, what you're dealing with is now alarms. The brain is perceiving danger now. It thinks there's laggers in the room now. Right? It doesn't matter what happened in the past. Your alarms are on now. So what you can do is be that tour guide of safety with the socks up to your knees and the hat and the badges, right? And be like, I'm your tour guide. I'm going to send you a message of safety while we're in the danger, not a message of danger while we're in the danger. So you're a tour guide of safety. That's what you do, right? There should be a song for that. Right? Safety tour, ha 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 ha, Valerie. You know that song. Anyway, that was dumb. So you're a safety tour guide, and that's your job, is to constantly go towards the fear, which is it becomes your compass, right? You go towards it. That's your target. Exposure is a big deal. You allow it, let it do its thing. You feel uncomfortable, and then you engage in life. You keep doing that. Repetition. This is your routine. This is the work. Every day. System eventually calms down with all the work you've done. It's, you're going to feel like shit. It's going to be all over the place, right? It took me 3 years. And eventually symptoms will go away. The doubt will go away. The OCD looping thoughts, gone. Phobias, gone. Intrusive thoughts, gone. Anxiety, gone. It actually gets to the point where it's very difficult for me to get an anxiety attack. Right? It's like, really? Am I gonna get is this dude, you know how I'm gonna be. I'm gonna show you safety with confidence. And you can't. The brain's like, I don't even know why I'm bothering. This guy knows his shit. He's a fucking master. But I gotta send him a little bit of a message because I think there's danger here. And I'll be like, thank you. Thank you for sending me that. But we're not gonna be stuck in a chronic state. We're able to move through it. Right? We work efficiently. Right? It's a great communication back and forth. Where it's great teamwork. No problem. So that's it just with doubt. And it takes time. You build that leverage of indifference. Doubt becomes your friend. And then poof, it no longer needs to serve its purpose because you're not running a survival state. It gets turned off. Right? And you might have doubt here and there that plays a chill role, not a impending doom role, where it takes over your life. Right? Doubt has its purposes. You need to have contrast thinking. Right? It'd be like, okay, well, if I get this car, blah, 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 will I be able to hit these, blah, 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 if I have a carpet job, will I be able to hit these numbers and make this kind of money? I doubt it. Right? It helps you. It makes you think realistic. Right? It's really helpful for you to make some changes and improve. Like, it's great to use it that way, and it's chill. But if it's running your life, well, it's because you're running a survival program. That's it. You got to recalibrate it back to zero, rest and digest, right? And then you're not a slave to it anymore. That's it. And see it for what it is. It's just an alarm doing its job. Just like anxiety, OCD, intrusive thoughts, and blah, blah, blah. That's it. Alrighty, let's see if anybody's got any questions or concerns or questions or thoughts and feelings. Awesome. Sam, she I don't know. Well, she's in England somewhere, probably drinking tea. We will have tea in the trenches. I think this week at 2 p.m. We're going to be covering the topic fear, because there's all kinds of stages of fear. There's fear that where you don't have a choice, right? The flash fear. And I know some gurus that have never experienced this might talk about how to handle fear, right? It's not just about having the knowledge. Some things there's work to do. There's a way to understand it that sometimes you don't have a choice. You're going to feel fear. So we're going to talk about that in depth. We're also going to make a whole video about that, like doing a deeper dive about fear and all the different levels of fear for you guys, because I think stuff like this is great to understand. So when you go through it, you have some confidence going through it, and makes your delays a lot less longer. Like it makes them shorter. I think that's important. Hey, CB, how's it going? Happy Easter to everyone. CT. Awesome. Woke up with all things today and doubting so. Thank you so much for going live today. Exactly. Everybody goes through this shit. Allow the doubt. Let it do its thing. You're going to build that leverage. It's just smokes and mirrors, man. I'm telling you. It feels real. It does. But I'm telling you, you guys that are on this channel watching my shit or in the mind body space, right? You guys are lucky. You found the way. You just got to do the work, right? You're going to explore it, find so many things out, and you will get to the other side. You will recover. That's not even a thing. That's not even something to worry about. It's just, I want people to stick to it. Stick to the work. That's the catch. That's the hard bullshit. Being in the trenches every day, right? Like I said, when you're, I think Lemmy's chewing something. When you're doing visuals every day for an hour, times 365, times 3 years, plus elevating, 1 hour a day, times 365, times 3 years, plus me, I was walking 2 hours a day, right? So 4 hours a day of sitting in dose, right? Pulling that survival state down. 4 hours a day, that's the work. Bringing that down, right? Times that 4 times. Let's do some math. Right? I'm sure some of you guys already checked it out. 4 times 365 times 3. That's, how many hours is that? 4,380 hours? That will reprogram the brain. The brain will have no choice but to change. The needle will move, and it will come down from here all the way down to here. And know that it will feel like you haven't done shit in 2 years even. It'll feel like this hasn't budged. 2.5 years, it'll feel like nothing has budged. It'll feel like this has actually gone up here. That's what it'll feel like. But trust me, keep going. The brain will have no choice but to change, and you will get to the other side. That's the catch. Chris, how's it going? I've never heard of a better explanation of what happened. I like to say it in an average Joe type of way, because I'm a person, I can't do any sort of work, especially with this shit, unless I understand what the fuck is going on, right? Shit, I was gonna not swear today, fuck, but I did anyway. Sorry. I'm trying not to swear as much, but I'm trying to say it in a way because I needed to understand something for me to do it. If I'm just willy-nillying things and just doing it to do it, I'm not gonna, I need to understand it. So I had to put it in a way that I could understand it because I'm very simple. I like simple. I need simple. Simple is safety for me. Simple is safe, right? I got triggered if it got complicated. Forget it, right? It was scary. Complicated equals scary, nightmare, fear. Simple means understanding, like fully understanding. Okay, we can get out of this. There is a way out, right? And that's why I thought, well, I had to put it in a way that I can understand it with alarms, the alarm system and everything. And what do you know? It works for everybody else too. They're like, yeah, oh my God, it totally makes sense. And the thing is, when you understand it like the way I explain it, you start to be able to become your own guide and you start to answer your own questions along this journey. You're going to have eureka moments, aha moments. You're going to be answering your own questions. Watch, right? You're going to be like, oh, this is a different situation. Oh, theoretically, if I did this, this should happen. Let's try it. Boom. You do it. You're like, shit, that happened exactly the way I thought it would. That's amazing. Tani, going for colonoscopy on Thursday. Any advice to help get through it, like being under for the procedure? The only thing I could think of with anything is do some turbo exposures, expose yourself to it, all the angles, all the fears. And just get it over with. Like, it's one of those things that there's not too many tips, right? Like when I had to go to the dentist, or I had to go to surgery, or I had to go blah blah blue blue, right? It's one of those things you just got to go through it. You know what? Even survive through it. Fuck it. Just sometimes surviving through something actually helps you. And the aftermath, you will be in a spike, right? Where symptoms will come back, right? You're going to be elevated. You're going to feel all shaky, but it'll be over and you will regulate again, right? Things go, ugh, and eventually, okay, it's over. All right. I survived that. I'm good, right? You do the work, and you'll be back to where you're at right now. Promise. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much, Tani. Appreciate it. My dog wants to get out. Lemmy, lay down. Go lay down. Right. So Shannon says, I had to have one when I was, me too, right? Worst, and it didn't affect me by making me worse. If that helps, I actually felt ease after knowing it was not. And that's good. That's a good point, right? You want to dot your T's and cross your I's, because then you feel reassurance after, hey, I'm good. Nothing. All right. This is good. I'm happy I did this. Sure, I'm a little elevated. So what? And maybe you won't be. But if you do, so what? That's okay. That actually should give you more of a learning curve, right? It should make you think, interesting. This happened. System goes E. Okay, I don't mind that it goes E because I see the connections and I'm understanding everything that much more, which gives me more confidence moving forward. Hey, Kat, first time making a live. Info helps so much, Helmet. Thank you, everybody, for supporting me, for helping me grow. It means a lot to me because my goal is to bring more awareness to the mind-body space. First of all, just giving information that people know that there's a way out. That already is huge. It's like everything, because 99% of the information out there is bullshit, right? And people are living in different realities when you can fully recover. It's crazy. And then when you get into the mind-body space, there's also some bullshit in there too. So I'm trying my best to clear the mud so people have it easier. Because it was a shitty journey for me, right? And I'd like to make it so that it's still going to be shitty for you, but at least you get all the golden nuggets right away. So it serves you right away. You know what I mean? My knee has been hurting for 4 weeks. Never had knee pain. Yeah, I had the same thing. Went down the rabbit hole. Realized yesterday it's because I'm opening my stuck slider with my knee. Fear went down, paying 90%. There you go. There you go. Right? Sometimes also realize if you're going for walks, the brain likes to sabotage. Right? It might give you a foot pain. to sabotage your walking. It might give you vision problems, dizziness, right? Knee pain, all of a sudden back pain, all of a sudden you got diarrhea constantly, right? It finds a way to sabotage, right? This is where you allow it, have the catastrophes, freak out a little bit here and there, build that leverage of indifference, allow it, make the symptoms your friends, right? Stick to your schedule. It's prime time. Bring it with you, right? And eventually it will shift, but you'll probably get another symptom in its place. It has to. It has to do that for the time being while you're in this journey. Exactly. Happy Easter, everybody. All right. If the goal of the visuals is to mood elevate, right? Well, elevating's more to elevate, to sit you in the dose, to bring down the survival state. Visuals is the same thing. It's also to bring you down that survival state. Every day it's a practice. It's to introduce that new program of rest and digest. If you are someone with aphantasia, you don't see images, you can visualize, just be substituted with hobbies or activities that bring you joy. Yeah. You know what you can do? Instead of doing the hour of visuals, do 2 hours of dancing so that you're still getting that dose, right? Or walk and talk. Just start walking and talking. I did that too. I did visuals, walk and talks. Walk and talks could be talking about changing a tire, talking about what you're doing next week, what you're doing next year, right? You don't have to fully visualize it and have the clouds part, right? And have your goosebumps and cry every time. No, it doesn't have to be groundbreaking. It can just be just that alone. Walking and talking, right? Sends a message of safety. Good enough. Eventually, in time, when you start to regulate, you will be able to do the visuals. And then you start shifting the time that you used, the 2 hours for the elevating, you start bringing that hour back into visuals. So this is where everybody has to start where they're at, and you can move things around, which is amazing, right? Awesome. All right, step up. Hello. Driving, do what you can. You allow it and don't white knuckle through. And with this journey, no matter what we do, we always challenge ourselves to get uncomfortable and inch out a little bit more. So with surviving in a car ride, you allow it. You don't survive through it. Don't white knuckle. Ask for more. Let it do its thing. Right? Have it in your routine that you're going to go maybe sit in your car, then drive around the block. Drive around the block 3 times. Then drive a little further. Right? You always inch out further and further. And when you're doing that, make sure you send the right response. Because if you're not sending the right response, you just keep starting over again because you're reprogramming the old program. We don't want the old program anymore. That's a program of survival. We want the new program. So change the way you respond. And eventually, with repetition and exposure, you will neutralize it. It's true. It is true. Just when I got better with back pain, I got hernia injury. Now, without daily stretching, I got worse again. There will be an operation in 2 months. Okay, good. I feel in a vicious cycle. No, not giving up. It's just hard. Yep. It's interesting. When we're going through this journey, the universe throws you 18 curveballs. Everything while it's crazy. It's like we're already dealing with enough bullshit. Why you got to send me more complications? Why do I got to get COVID 3 times? Why do I got to, right? I didn't, but I mean, I had tooth problems, or the pandemic was happening, or I was scared of this or that. Like, it's always something. It's always throwing you more bullshit. So, yeah. And when you're in a state of fight or flight in this journey, it makes sense. Some things will happen. But the more you do the work, a year passes, a year and a half, right? Then when you're, let's say you're at the 1.5 year mark or 2 year mark, doing the work consistently every day, never missing a day, then you start to feel the confidence that, listen, I've been doing the work and I've got this new symptom coming up, new situation. But you know what? I got confidence now because I know, right? I know that I'm not here anymore because I've been doing this for 2 years. I'm about here. So I can trust my body. I'm confident. And we will move through this delay a lot quicker because I have experience. Right? because I can look back and look at all the patterns, right? Because I've been experiencing this shit in the trenches every day, second by second. And now I have built some trust that I've done enough work that I'm okay. That I'm okay, right? Finally, someone speaking human language. Thank you, Helmut and Sam. Love from Iceland. Oh, I want to go to Iceland so bad. I want to go to Greenland, Iceland, Denmark, all those, Finland, Sweden. I want to go to all those places. I love the winters now. I never did before. Now I do. I love the winters. It just, oh man, I need to go there. Thank you. Love it. Fucking right. You guys are watching me in Iceland. Isn't that amazing? Helmut, this is just what I needed today. Looking forward, believing, amazing. Right, CC, how's it going, Helmut? What are your thoughts on extinction bursts towards the end of recovery? Just keep going, right? Just keep going. They're gonna be there. They're gonna do their thing. It's just like everything else. There's no real difference, right? It's just checking in to make sure. Are you sure you want to run that new program? We're gonna double check, and they happen. They're more intense near the end, way more intense. This is why what I mean by the doubt coming in. Extinction burst doubt thrives there. It has to. It's its job. It's its last attempt to make sure it's right. You're taking a risk when you're still running that survival state a little bit. You're not out of the woods yet. It's its last attempt. But if you keep doing the methods like you have been, these extinction bursts they act like catapults that move you forward. So, and every time it happens, the next one goes a little less. If you send the right response. If you send the wrong response a couple of times, it starts to go up again. So every time it comes, opportunity, send the right response, it comes again. Opportunity, set the right again. You see? Send the wrong response, opportunity, right? That's how it works. It's genius. How do you allow with the doubt and fear of the symptoms without getting carried away by them? The limit sometimes feels unclear. You do your best. You allow. You're not going to feel better. You're still going to feel the doubt, right? The energy might drop to an 8 instead of a 10. Keep allowing and keep engaging, bringing that doubt with you while you're sticking to your routine and doing the pillars, right? In time, this is where you got to be patient in this journey. Do this work without trying to get rid of the doubt or the symptoms. Where is it? Where's it gone? Why is it still there? What are we getting rid of? Danger? Okay, keep the doubt there then, right? You got to fully allow it with no strings attached. Fully. You even go, I want this doubt to be here for another year. Fuck it. Be here. Please be here. If you're not here tomorrow, I'm going to be pissed. That's how we take away the resistance. And in time, it will shift when it's ready. You got to have the rock bottom days too. It's true. In order to realize and how grateful the normal bullshit days, it's true. This journey has made me really savor the normal things that I took for granted in life. Going to the store is like the best thing in the world. Just going to the store. When before this journey, going to the beach didn't do nothing for me. I felt miserable, right? So this is all a blessing, guys. Most certainly. Certainly. Hasham. Hey, Helmut, is right now, today, I just started to notice my body got rid of some loads. Is that a good? Yep, keep going. Don't analyze. Don't analyze it. Keep going. You're going to have symptoms come up. You're going to feel like shit. Don't worry. It's going to happen. Over and over, up and down, left and right, up and down, left, right, up, down, hold a start. Eventually, it'll be gone. Like gone. These guys are so impatient sometimes. My dogs. I had an idea today to make a video or a voice memo to play when you're in it because it's so hard to think straight. Yeah, totally. Straight watching or listening to yourself telling you to keep going and allow. Yeah, when you're going through this journey, the brain is going to make you forget things. Even after 2 years, when you should be knowing this like the back of your back, the brain is going to, make it seem like you're just starting, like you don't want to, you're gonna forget. You're gonna have brain farts constantly, right? That's its job. This is why I have. This is why I used to have post-it notes everywhere. I think I had 20 post-it notes in my car, just in the dashboard, because I would forget things, even though I was an expert at this stuff. I would still forget. So, how do I regulate? Watch my videos, Trey, and watch my videos, and you'll get there. Thank you, Helmut, for your content. I finally realized the plan before I was bouncing too many directions. Did that happen to you in the beginning? Yes, it did. I was going to the hospital 3 times a week. Thought I had SIBO, needed to heal my gut bullshit. And eventually I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do this shit. Jay, do you think tight pelvic floor is fixed through stretching muscles, i.e. physical, or do you believe it's all mental, but do the stretches in the beginning just so that you don't go crazy, so you can do the work? Because if you don't do the stretches, you're going to be fixated on the symptoms and you're not going to be paying attention and focusing on the work. The work is what's going to get you out. So in the beginning, if you got to do stretches, do the stretches. Once the survival system, while the survival program starts to calm down, then you can stop doing the stretches, right? And eventually the goal is to stop. But in the beginning, use what you got just so that you can get to the other side. Get to the other side. What day is tea in the trenches? Please, Nikki. It is on Thursday. I think it's 2 p.m. Eastern time. They're getting impatient, these guys. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up. Tom and C, latching on to Sam and your advice to allow. Thank you. Burning legs, feet, arms can empower logic. Weak feeling legs too. Yep, I had that. Fatigue legs, weak feeling. I also had stabbing pains in my legs. But I left weights. Do your best, right? And if you need to take a break from doing the lifting here and there, I don't want people doing like running 5Ks, right? We don't want to overwhelm the system. But if you're enjoying it, then keep doing it. Why not? Benjamin, thanks for showing up. Thanks for being here. New viewer here. Do you recommend a certain program to help us get better? You might have mentioned it on the video earlier on before. Well, my shit, right? My program. I have the alarm system reset program. I also have a membership coming in May that we're working on right now. It'll be the best in the mind body space, the best, most epic, most amazing, because it'll be me and Sam. Plus, it comes with the program, group coaching, right? So stay tuned for that. Other ones that are okay, I'd say, is DNRS is okay. Just I think they need to have a bit of an update with how they deal with the OCD, but you can just watch my videos, right? Anything on my channel, just watch my videos and you can get there. You don't need a program. All this right here will get you there. I've been successful, yes, with some issues like chronic anxiety, gone to go to while and other pain issues, but they're trigeminal neuralgia and TMJ. I can't seem to keep allowing it. See, you're still trying to get rid of it. That's why it's staying. So be willing to have it around and hang out. Saw the Split the Sky videos. Hey, yeah, those are getting old now. You're a rock star. You've got a great personality, and what you're doing now in here, you're awesome, brother. Thank you, Jojo. You're helping so many people. Thank you. I appreciate that, and I appreciate all of you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Half of my viewers aren't subscribed yet, so I appreciate it if you guys subscribe. My dogs are starting to get annoying. Keep swearing. Fuck it. That's true. I should. What's the right response? Allow it. Let it do its thing. Don't survive through it. Crostini. Hey, Helmut, can you share your thoughts about how some people credit their overcoming of health challenges, such as histamine intolerance, leaky gut? You know what? I'll do a whole video about that. What's today? Sunday? Tomorrow? Maybe I'll go live tomorrow. Yeah, I'll try to go live tomorrow. My dogs are bugging me. So, let's see. I'm going to write it down. Leaky gut, histamine, mast cell activation syndrome. Let's do that. Mast cell activation syndrome. Just do the work, honestly. Do the work every day. Allow it to be there. Let it do its thing. Put all the research that you did, put it on the shelf because it's all bullshit. Trust me. You're going to waste your time with all these beliefs. Stop healing the gut, right? All these labels, they don't exist. Leaky gut doesn't exist. Just do the work. You'll get to the other side eventually. And I'll talk about it. How I did it. Right? Food sensitivities. 1.5 years. I had to blah 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 blah. Okay. This is like my pile of topics. Pile of topics. Blah blah blah. Love Helmet hanging out with us on Easter. Love having you guys here. The best. Love it. Look at these guys. These guys are crazy. Look at this. Yeah, they're going nuts. They want me to walk them. Okay. Thanks for being here today. I'm over 5 years into the long COVID and very still severe missing holiday. Trust me, you're gonna recover. Just keep watching my shit. Yeah. Okay. Keep watching this stuff. Trust me, you'll get there. Join me again tomorrow, guys. I will pick a... What time should I go live? Let me see. What time? Today... I got to do my website. Yeah, we got to go live. Maybe like tomorrow's Monday. Maybe at 5. I'll do a post on this YouTube channel, and then we'll... Yeah.